Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Alright, I took a day off. I wasn't feeling too good. So, Tuesday, I did not do a video and did not do anything, really. I got up at noon that day. I was back in bed by like 6 p.m. I'm fighting something. I don't know what it is. Or I think maybe it's just food poisoning. I don't know. But, not feeling too good. So, got back on it today. Got up this morning about 7 a.m. And then spent a good 2 hours at Menards trying to buy some more stuff. I bought the carpet pad. I bought some more brackets, bolts, blah, 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 blah. Trying to figure out how to wrap the carpet around the boards that are going to be the step area. And, I realized this whole pole problem was giving me such an issue because there's so much more involved with that, where it has to go. There's got to be the board below for the main step area. And that all has to be integrated together. Not only that, I wanted to cut out the false wall that's there between the step area and the box on the passenger side. Alright, dealing with the last little bit of demolition. Did cut out this beam. This was the beam holding the front of my bed down. We cut it out right there to the wall because the toilet, which is going to be right there, is going to slide through that wall just a little bit, a few more inches, so you have plenty of room when you're down here doing your thing, baby. Thank you. And tell you, one of the hardest parts about clearing this whole area out was getting the vinyl. You can see right down there by my left foot, that vinyl ended there, and there was, right where my toe is, a little plate going across, and of course 3 of the screws would not come out. I had to cut those out. So I've got to get another plate to cover that one up. And to do the whole bottom structure for the support and for the beginning of the stair structure that's going to go there, I wanted to do it all in one fluid thing with the new carpet going across over a board, which is going to be there to secure the toilet down. So this kind of had to all be done in one. This all had to be done first, all this demolition and everything, before I could get that pole up in the corner, which is going to go here. This is why I kind of ran into such a problem the other night, was where do I start? And sometimes it just takes a while of thinking things through. Took last night off because I wasn't feeling so hot, but I took that wall out down there, look. So now you can go straight through to that little door in the side box. So when I open that door in the side box and access this area down here for storage, I can just reach through underneath my bottom step and use that for storage. I plan to put a lift up stair there as well, so you have access that way. So we've cut that out for the toilet. So we're going to start to get all this in place and try to get the main beam, which is actually the one sitting up here right now, up into place. Not to mention, on top of that, I needed to make sure I could cut through that little beam and the beam wasn't going to fall apart for the side where the toilet's going in behind the driver's seat here, to make sure that's still all going to work. And once I get all that in place, the carpet and the pad and everything all kind of has to go in right after I get this main pole put up, which I've told you now for the past 3 videos I've been trying to deal with. And so I got to that point, I get everything I needed, well, almost. I had to run back to Menards again tonight to get some more of those blades for the oscillating saw, or the multi-tool, whatever you want to call it. I tell you, though, the number of times I've used that thing so far, yeah, that's one of the better things you can have in your toolbox. So guys, if you do any kind of wood projects or anything at all, you want to get one of them multi-tools, yeah. Just FYI, that's how the toilet's going to sit now. You see it goes back behind the wall just a little bit, so you have more room here in that whole area. And of course the cassette part you can pull out the back and through the door right down there. Now to get this board that I'm going to lay up right for the foundation for the steps, and also for the foundation for that pole into the floor, right there in front of what used to be the bunk area. Here's another one of my bad sketches. That board is going to be 32 inches long total from there to there, okay? And we're going to go in 1 3/4 inches from the side of the board there to try to hit that first hole, which will be 20 inches in from the back wall, 12 3/4 inches middle hole to that hole to middle of that hole. And those are, of course, the threaded holes in the floor, as I have indicated so clearly right here. 19 inches for the board right there. So I've cut the board already. It's sitting right out there. Now I'm going to try to get the holes ready and drilled and bring it in and place it and see if it fits right. And no, of course, it didn't fit right because I didn't take into account this little U-shaped piece of plastic that is against the bottom part of the front bunk wall that was holding down the carpet and pad in that section against the bunk wall. So I've got to now notch that board to take into account for that. See down here, there's this little U-shaped lip right here that was holding the carpet and pad down there against this bunk wall right there, okay? So now I've got to measure from the wall to where that starts to notch that board. Alright, got the board notched in so it'll fit underneath that little lip for that U-shaped channel there. And boy, I've spent the last over 2 hours trying to get this board to fit in here. I got it notched so it'll go over that beam. And to try to hit that bracket down there, and you can see it's a little bit off. To notch the upper area here, if I can back up enough, so it goes over that beam, then goes across to the other side. All right, and down below, right there, and then hopefully we'll attach up to the ceiling there where you can see that little bit of threaded thing right up there. So that's where we'll wrap it up tonight. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment if you'd like to. Oh, that's the inverter. Why am I hearing some fans? The inverter I had turned on earlier when I was using the shop vac. Because, of course, you can just plug it right in there. And I guess it's deciding it's getting too warm. Anyway, I've got a whole other inverter. I've got a 3,000 watt one that GoPower gave me to replace this one because the GFCI outlet on this second one they gave me is falling through. So we'll get into that later when we get into the whole wiring part of the whole thing. Wanted to show you this real quick. I call this truck driver's shoulder, where your seatbelt rubs your shirt to death. And look at this snow that was yesterday falling out here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and these flakes were just massively huge. Freaking huge. Hard to tell in the video, but when you're out there walking through it and you get hit by one, it feels like you got hit by a snowball. It's just freaking crazy out there. Anyway, we'll just stop here tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you'd like to. I get your comments usually within about 24 hours while I'm doing this project. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty and everybody else sleeping inside, out. Yeah, so this guy comes in and he says, you know, I'm going like crazy out there at the lake, you know, and is there anywhere to get any action around here? And I'm like, you know, this ain't that kind of place, you see. And he says, yeah, but I'm going crazy out there at the lake, you know. So what did this guy look like? He was just kind of funny looking. Any better description than that? Oh, just, you know, funny looking. That's all I can really say, you know. The size of these snowflakes is just unreal. They're huge. So you're slapping against the pole barn there and just stacking up. Crazy.